Divine Path Psychic, Tracy Moon, delivering your December 31st, 2018 daily tarot reading. And I wanted to focus today on the new year and the ending of this year. Traditionally, there was a Roman god named, I think his name was, let me look, Janus. And this was a two-headed god who could see the future and the past at the same time. So what I've noticed with our culture is that we always look to the new year, and I really like the idea of taking this time and looking back over the past year to see what we've accomplished and really give ourselves credit for what we've done this year, and forgiving ourselves for, not taking certain paths that maybe would have been different, but, acknowledging that path that we didn't take and wishing it a farewell. And, this is a time to really reflect on all of the accomplishments that we've had this year. And, instead of just focusing on the future, let's tie up the old ends and kind of look back over the past about where we came from. This past year, I started a business called Divine Path LLC, and I made an effort to start a webpage, this YouTube channel, Instagram, Pinterest, and really get involved with the public to bring services such as reading tarot and past life regressions, energy cord cutting rituals. So again, at the end of the year, it's also good to get a past life regression done to acknowledge that birth is not a beginning and death is not an end, but that we are infinite beings here on earth to discover our divine purpose. And so with that being said, I wish you all a happy new year and a beautiful ending to 2018. And so here we go with our tarot reading. A little astrology is that the sun is conjunct Saturn in Capricorn. So Saturn is the restrictive father figure who wants us to get our life in order and take our time. And really, Capricorn is about, laying out the steps and figuring out point A to B, C, D, what we're going to do. So with this new year, again, in Capricorn, it's a good time to write down your goals and say, what it is that you want to do, for this new year, and kind of concentrate on taking it slow, but know that it's going to be a really great year. It's a perfect time to set goals and, mark off whatever didn't work in the past and just let bygones be bygones and start focusing on the future. So let's start here. We have the Princess of Pentacles. If you've done the work, then you will get the harvest. And this is someone who's just so interested and maybe just out of school and wants to put her or his schooling into practice, like just going out and working and finding out that you can have a new beginning. Here's like a guy out here on the top of the mountain, a little goat, and he's got the perspective. Also, the goat is Capricorn, so just really putting in that steady effort, taking the higher perspective, doing the work necessary, and then reaping a benefit because you have a passion. All right. Crossing our path is the Seven of Pentacles, where normally the Seven of Pentacles is a luscious, beautiful garden with flowers and whatnot. This deck of cards is showing us that all of that hard work that we put into it, the money, the effort, the muscle, the sweat and tears, it looks like it's harvested. It's the end of the year. It's freezing cold outside. The trees don't have leaves on them. And the ground, these could be leftover seeds from, the harvest that need to just get replowed. And, it's taking an assessment of where we're at and knowing that there is a cycle in the garden, in our life, of time to plant, a time to cultivate, and a time to harvest, and the cycle begins again. So this is a nice representation compared to other decks about the Seven of Pentacles, because our work is never done. I mean, we might think that we're in the garden and we tend it and the flowers are there and it's over, right? Because now you go out and you harvest. But I like this card because it represents the time that we're in right now, that, you know, it's a time to you know, take inventory about what we're going to plant next year, what seeds we have collected, and, you know, maybe plot out our garden for where all of our things are going to go into the ground. So this is an appropriate thing crossing our path. The future position is strength. So you know where your strength is because this last year you have gone through processes of elimination and focusing on what you do want, calling in the beauty of where you're at in your conscious level right now. So, you know, clothing ourselves with our strength is going to really help us in the garden or in our new year. The past is built upon, well, the Eight of Wands, and this is like dashing and really things that are fast, and it's, you know, maybe this year went by really fast for some of us. Just when things are on a roll, it's like go with the flow and just get it done, and so it's built upon that. The past year went by quick, and every year they're going to get quicker, I hear. So it's really good to focus on what we do want and know what we don't want and really call in that what we do want. So whatever your goals are, write them down and don't think that it is a joke or that it's unobtainable. Because, I mean, I have some dreams that I don't know if they're obtainable, but I'm going to believe that they are. And I'm going to stick with it. So it's okay to write down the goal, even if it seems a little far-fetched. It could happen. Temperance. So this is one of the most wonderful cards of the deck. It holds all the keys and the secrets to the universe. This is what has recently passed us here. I see the sun. It's like the sun and the moon coming together. We had our solar eclipse. And that's a time for really going in and reflecting on who we are emotionally and then who we're going to be with our ego. So balancing out the female and the male energy and having the patience to really get through, you know. I don't know about you, but that Christmas week, it went by so fast. There was so much to do. Everything was lined up. And it was finding the time and the energy and the balance and the money and just working it all out to be of service to others and loving and accepting ourselves right where we're at. The future position is really being a receptacle to this energy. Actually, the moon is now in Scorpio, so this gives us a time to really receive all of that psychic information and really tune in, tap in, turn on to that which you do want, knowing that you can create whatever life you want. So if you think you have lack and you don't have things and you're in a bad spot, okay, the universe says you're right. So, you know, start being mindful of the thoughts that you have, that you're telling yourself, and really tune in. It's a great time. Like I said, it's a perfect time to get a past life regression and go back and, you know, see a little part of yourself that you can learn from. It's also a good time to study the occult or read about things such as amulets or talismans, sigils, just things, maybe starting a grimoire and really tapping into who you are and developing your, maybe opening your third eye, balancing out your energies, learning Tai Chi or traditional Chinese medicine. I just love Donna Eden. If you can go on YouTube and check her video out about tracing your meridians, that should really help get your energy flowing, get you focused. You know, maybe doing a 21-day meditation to really start putting in a new program, doing the studying, and just really getting in tune with you. That's a good time for this. So the Death card is representing like Scorpio once again, and Pluto, which we'll be talking about in the coming days. It's a highly transformative card, and death doesn't necessarily mean death, but it does mean transforming from your old self into your new self. And you know, every 7 years we get a new body, so your skin and your cells regenerate, and you can actually regenerate your organs as well. So I like the way the Buddhists think of it, is that you're one spirit and you travel through many bodies. So you know, I am not a baby, but my spirit was in the baby body. And so you go also through different bodies. And I think this is also saying that it's the end of a new year. It's time to be thankful for that which you had. Like back in the day, it looks like this place was really beautiful. The gravestones were probably put up straight. People were probably gathered together as a family, or experiencing you know, the time in a different way, and now this is saying that what is in the past is in the past, and you can acknowledge that and give thanks and honor that which is in the past. But it is also time to know that you know, you can renew your mind, and when you renew your mind, you can really change your life. So this is just about transforming the shadow into the light and being of the light. So also Vega, the fixed star in the sky, is going to be at 15 degrees Capricorn, and this is going to be a really wonderful thing, because this is the brotherhood of light. So it's like turning from the shadow. You've probably been doing a lot of work in the shadow, as I have, and transforming that, or really getting a grip on what is that and why does it sleep dormant until some trigger and then it comes out of me. So just really addressing the shadow side. I started a book of shadows, and like I said, Vega is a beautiful star. It's the Brotherhood of Light. It's said that the angels are there, and they have a beautiful choir, and they're there gathered together so that we can create light on earth for other people. So reaching that Christ consciousness, and you know, not letting the dark side win, that there is a guardian of light. And so I think that transformation card is saying, you know, to be a part of this channel, and participate and bring this Christ consciousness to awareness, and really focus on changing and being the change. In the environment is justice. So every action that you put in, you get a reaction out, and there's a ripple effect. So when we lived in Germany for a long time, I lived there 10 years in total, and each kid is a different age, but everybody has a very sour face. I think that maybe they don't know that, but as an American over there, living there for a long time, it's one of the hardest things to get over, is looking at this distressed, horrible look. So anytime we were there, I told the kids, if you see a frown, smile and just be happy and wave and whatever. And there were times where we actually had to like force ourselves to smile, because we weren't really happy, but it was like, do we want to be the reflection that you want to see? So, you know, I'm saying balancing out things, really being the center here, instead of on either side, just going up and down all the time. Really find that center, get centered, open up the third eye, and be able to see out of your eyes in a manner of love for the world and yourself, getting in touch with your emotional side and your ego, and balancing that out, and finding your male and female side, the earth and the and the water versus the fire and the, oh, help me people, I drew a blank, air. So, you know, in tarot too, there's the pentacles and, oh my gosh, I need more coffee. But there are some easier endings and there's some harder endings, and it's just about, you know, embracing both and finding that balance and clothing yourself with the light and being enlightened. In your thoughts, feelings, wishes, and desires is, you know, being the King of Pentacles, really putting in the hard work, like Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. They're analytical, thinking, working. The goat up there is at the top of the mountain, you know, having money to be able to put towards things that you want. These are your wishes, dreams, and desires. And, you know, being able to crown yourself and feel as if you're king or you've made it to the top and are in a position to really help yourself and others. It's also cash. And the Seven of Wands is, no matter what, you will overcome these battles. You've got a perspective, and although people may come at you and think that your perspective isn't right, or that you know, why are you moving to Germany? What are you going to eat there? Where are you going to live? It's like, you know, food, and there's shelter, and there's clothes, and there's people. So it doesn't matter if you are challenged. If you know what you want, then you follow your divine path, because only you know what your path is. And if you stay true to yourself, then you will make it out ahead. And the Seven of Wands is a victory. So you will be victorious, and put in the diligent work, and be receptive. So we'll just kind of recap a little bit. You know, be receptive, start tuning in to your psychic abilities, clothe yourself in strength. Know that this too shall pass. It does go quick, so you want to be able to really line it out, be strategic like the earth signs. Tune in, be in the middle, tap into what your strength is, and really be focused, centered, enlighten yourself, open your third eye, balance out the male and female energy. Know that there is a change, that what's in the past is in the past. You can't change the past, but you can change now. Also, a past life regression would help you set your path and come back with a motto. One of my mottos that I did on myself when I was 28 was to have love and passion to do things in life that bring you happiness. If you do that, you are bound to have a beautiful life, balanced, full of patience, and reaping the benefit of a beautiful garden. And no matter what comes against you, you stick to your true divine path. And if you feel like you're off the path, or you don't know which direction to take anymore because you've battled yourself up against a fence, I am a psychic, and I can help read your cards and get you focused, and help you with little rituals you can do to focus, especially on the astrology side. I'm here to be a beacon of light, to be in the choir of Vega. And so this is your December 31st going into January 1st tarot reading. And I wish you a beautiful day. I know it's late again, but the kids are out of school and we're on a completely different time thing, and we're sleeping in. It's really nice. So I wish you a beautiful time to reflect and project. Till tomorrow. Divine Past Psychic, Tracy Moon. Reach me at keentarot.com. Like, subscribe, and share these videos with your friends and your family. And namaste.